What is going on, guys? Your boy Manic here, and we are back with another video. Now, I know, it's been quite some time since you heard my wonderful voice. And it's been like what, a month since I last uploaded. And let's be real, it's definitely because Roblox has been in one of them dry spells. There's not much to play, or if the new game drops, it's not really interesting enough there where I want to upload it. So I've just been in my off time cooling, and while I've been in my off time, I found a pretty interesting game. Now I've had access to this game for quite some time now. I just didn't really get the chance to record it, but now with the amount of content in the game, I feel like now would be a great time to record it. And that game is One Piece New Dreams. Now One Piece New Dreams, it's like a half closed community, half paid access type One Piece game that I found it's been really a refreshing breath of fresh air, or breath of fresh air in comparison to all the most recent One Piece games that have been coming on the platform. And that's just mainly due to the fact that it's not like a copier, what I'm saying? It's not like, any of the basic stat grinders, farm NPCs until you're uber duper strong and then you go and start one shotting people. No. It's not one of those types of games. It's a more so, PvP based type game. There is some PvE aspects to it, but a lot of the main progression and a lot of the main stuff to do in this game is PvP related. And today, I'm just gonna be talking about it because obviously you probably want me to explain the title and why I think it's fun. And so that's what this video is gonna be today. It's not gonna be much gameplay, but it's gonna be me really, teaching you how to play the game, how to get into the game. What to expect when going into it. Now, when you first spawn into the game, you can spawn in as one of four races. You can spawn as a human, which I spawned in as. You can be a fishman, a mink, or a skypian. Now, obviously, if you're a fishman or mink or a skypian, you get your own special abilities. I'm pretty sure they each get their own kind of abilities, boosts and things of that nature. You can all check that on the trailer, which I'll leave down in the description below, or I'll probably throw up, pictures on the screen throughout the video for when I'm explaining some stuff. Now, yeah, you can spawn in as one of four races. There's also a fifth race called Cyborg, which I'll get into later on inside the video that you can gain access to. But yeah, so when you spawn in as one of the four races. You also spawn in with a random name. Now, I promise you, the names do not matter in this game unless you have the D clan. Because then I think you get access to Conqueror's Hockey. But other than if you have the D clan, your name means nothing. So unless you have a lot of money to spend on trying to get the D clan, because I think it's like super duper rare and like really hard to get. So if you don't have the money for that, then you might as well just chill. Because I promise you, no names mean anything. Like you can see, I have Ronoro. So I have Zoro's last name, and he's like a main character, and I still don't get any buff. But, yeah, so you spawn in like that. And so the first portion of the game, is a little bit of a NPC beating. You spawn in on any one of the many maps which you can spawn on or boat to, because obviously it's a One Piece game. Who wouldn't have boats to boat to other islands? So you spawn in on one of the islands, and on the island you can have NPCs that spawn on you. As you can see, I'm on this like snowy type island. If I went out to the front, NPCs would spawn on me, but I'll probably just throw up some footage on the screen. Boom. NPCs spawn on you, fight the NPCs, and when you kill all the NPCs, a chest spawns. Now you use that chest and you would take it to something called a chest appraiser. Now if I go actually run over here real quick, I think there's one down here. Unless I'm like absolutely tripping. Are you one? I think you're one. Yeah, as you can see, there is a chest appraiser. So once you get the chest, you take it to a chest appraiser, you turn it in. You can either get some money, you can either just get money, or you can get money and some items. As you can see, I'm wearing an item. Technically wearing two items. If I show the thing that's on my face, I know this is a bleach mask, but we don't gotta worry about the specifics. But yeah, and like the items on them, it can either just be like a wearable item, or sometimes the items have stats on them. Like I think my cape gives me some HP and some stamina, and then my mask gives me some HP and some damage reduction, which is pretty nice. There's also like a waist item, like hat items and stuff like that. As you can see, like head, neck, waist, and then front. There's you can wear multiple items, and each one can give you certain like buffs and stuff like that. But yeah, so you get that and stuff like that. You build up your money. Now after building up some money, I recommend you next looking for the your fighting style, which fighting style you're going to want to be. There's quite the many in the game. I'll probably pop them up all on the screen. If you obviously want to look at them more in depth, you can go ahead and look on the Trello. But yeah, there's many fighting styles that you can choose from. I will say a lot of them, or some of them, are easier to use than others, and people will probably say more broken. The devs are really trying to make things slightly more balanced than being more broken. So, but there's always gonna be like some kind of unbalance or someone not gonna be happy about something. You can't make everybody happy, but yeah, there's a lot of different fighting styles you can choose from, and with those fighting styles, you also have to like base your stats around it. So as you can see, since I'm a two sword style user, I got two swords. I hit combat and then I hit E. I equip my swords. So I have to put in arm strength to use arms for my weapon, but then obviously you have legs because you got black leg. And obviously you got your basic agility and stamina stats. You gotta have more stamina and more health. And then you can also invest into bounty into boosting yourself. That's like the thing when you get higher bounty. As you can see, I only have 2 million, and I don't have like really anything invested because I don't really have high bounty. But bounty does play a really big role in this game. For like, oh my goodness, Jesus Christ, I don't even know what that is. I think that might be one of the bosses spawning. I don't know. That was loud in my head. Anyways, but yeah, as I was saying, bounty plays a huge role inside this game. To the fact that like you can as you can see, like I said before, you can invest in yourself to make yourself stronger, and just having more bounty makes it so your HP is higher. So like if I did not have 2 million bounty, my HP probably would not be 239, probably even being like the high 100 maybe, or like mid to high 100. So yeah, you do want to have decently high bounty, or you can also go Marines. And if you're a Marine, you get something called respect. That's why it says bounty stats respect. So instead of having bounty, you have the respect stat, and you can invest respect into yourself. And the more respect you have, the more HP you have. Same thing as bounty. It's just called respect because you're a Marine. But yeah. So basically, after you get your fighting style, it's basically after that, it's just a race of like constantly like that's where the PvP comes in, where you're gonna be fighting a lot, and building up your bounty because some requirements of your fighting styles are gonna have bounty requirements. Obviously, you also want to invest bounty into yourself or respect into yourself and things like that. But another thing I like about this game is the crew system. Well, obviously, like I said, you can be a Marine, but when you're a pirate, you can be a part of a crew. As you can see in the top left, I am a part of the Devil Crew Pirates, or I'm a crewmate of the Devil Pirates, which is owned by YPCNA. Unfortunately, the Devil Pirates haven't been playing that much, so I might have to dip soon. But yeah, I really do recommend playing this game with a crew because this game does its crews, it does its crews justice. Like, let's be real. Back in GPO, I know GPO does have crews, but like, it didn't really do much with this crews. Like, yeah, you made a crew, but after you made a crew, after like a month in, no one really did anything with their crew. Like, we just all played the game trying to get all the items and fruits and stuff like that. No one did anything really crew related, like, after a month into the game. But in this game, you're gonna want to run with the crew because you're never really gonna get ones in this game, and because people have their crews, like so you're gonna want to run with multiple people in the game. I'd say at least like 2 to 3, but sometimes people really want to like mad deep with their crew. They'll have like 5, 6 people all in one server, and if you end up finding them, you're gonna end up finding all of them. So I do like the fact that they really made crews and like being in the Marines or something like that really heavy part to the point where you can even have wars between pirates and Marines. Like they added a war system recently, and you can get a lot of reward. And so I personally haven't experienced any wars yet myself because, like I said, my crew hasn't been on to really like do much. But I've heard the wars can get pretty crazy between Marines and pirates. There's also something called the Rampage mode. It's kind of like a PD mode like from Shinden or like those hardcore Naruto type games where you like I think you get like 3 lives in it though, so you can get grip 3 times. I'm on the 3rd grip. I think you get wiped. But if you are the ones doing the gripping, you get a huge boost of like gaining EXP and bounty and stuff like that. Like you get a lot more like EXP gain. Like if I hit tab, as you can see, there's different type of EXPs. I got style EXP. Then you got your Buso and Ken hockey tiers, which you get Buso hockey through fighting any of the 3 bosses. Which the easy one I recommend is the Axe boss because there's 3 different bosses in the game as well. That's a huge part of progression because they give like the most EXP, and they also give bounty. So like if you aren't really like the biggest PvPer but you still want to get some bounty, you can go ahead and fight some bosses. I think there's like a boss with a big axe, which is the easiest. Then there's like there's a big elephant, which is one I definitely recommend you have a crew for. That is one that you can't really solo. The axe one you can solo, but the one with the big elephant you can't. And I think they recently just added a boss on Skypiea, which has also recently been added. And yeah, they there's a boss up there, which I personally haven't seen anything about it yet. But yeah, there's a boss up there too, and I think that one. Yeah, that's the boss on Skype gives the most bounty, and the axe gives the guy with the axe gives the least. But yeah, that's another reason why I recommend you running with groups of people, because the bosses aren't the easiest to fight on their own or on your own. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do in this game. Obviously, like I said, with the stat system, you build up your stats, higher bounty. You invest in yourself, build up more stats. There's also like advanced hockey you can get. As you see, I still have basic hockey. Hit 8. You know what I'm saying? I got this nice purple color because Thrower's color is purple, but I'm not really him, but I'm kind of like in the guy's name. I just went with the purple hockey. I changed my color. But, yeah, there's also like advanced hockey and advanced pin hockey, which like the requirements are decently high, and you have to have like a whole bunch of bounty invested into yourself, along with like high Buso tier. I think like have like advanced Buso hockey, you need to have like 5.5 Buso tier. As you can see, I'm at 0.5, so I'm nowhere near close to getting that. So I still have a lot of progressing to do myself on this game, which I'll end up doing at some point once I find people to progress with. But right now I've just been cooling. But yeah, I've really been enjoying this game for the most part. Like I haven't done too much PvP myself, but what I've seen and what I've heard and what I have done myself, it has been a decent amount of fun. So if you're looking for a game for you and your friends to play, you got the Roblox to spend, or if you want to, get normally wave through in like the Discord, which I'll also leave in the description below. You can go ahead and try and get access to this game, because yeah, it's a really fun game. And also, if you like you really enjoy One Piece and you also really enjoy PvP, yeah, this game is definitely the game for you. Now you may be wondering, well, since it's One Piece, how are devil fruits working, or how do you get a devil fruit? Well, since it's a semi-closed community type game, it works as like only one person can have a devil fruit at a time. I think the only devil fruits that have been out so far are Chop and Gum, and I think they're really planning to release a really really good fruit. I think they're choosing between Goro, Gura, or Mira for the next fruit to release. So if you're gonna want to get in, I recommend you trying to get in sometime soon, because yeah, that's definitely the fruit that you're gonna want to get. But yeah, for the most part, like I said, One Piece New Dreams, this game to look out for. I think the devs are working decently hard on it. Trying to make sure the game is good, decently balanced, and has a good amount of content in it. Because like I said, it's not just PvP, it's not just PvE. I think it's a really good balance between the two. And yeah, you can get like different kinds of weapons. Obviously, like I'm rocking katanas as my weapon, but you don't have to get katanas. There's like cutlasses. There's different kind of like there's different versions of like one sword style and two sword style weapons. There's different kind of like series type weapons and such. So it's really fun. Obviously, they're gonna add more in the future. I think they did have legendary weapons in the game at one point, but I think they were like slightly too broken. They removed them, but who knows? They might be back in the future. But yeah, this has been your boy Manic Z. If you want to see more content on this game from me, let's show some more on this video. Let's get this video like 30 to 40 likes. You can get that. My next video on this game will probably be me doing some fighting. I'll probably be slightly more progressed. And I'll be doing some fighting or something like that, or maybe some bosses. I don't know. I have to find out and see, because like I said, I'm currently solo right now, so I don't want to do nothing too crazy by myself. Yeah, it's been your boy Manic Z. This has been One Piece New Dreams, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
I'll be right, I really don't like. I'll be right, I'll be right, I really don't like. I'll be right,